This is Restless by Design. Before we begin, I just want to say this is a place to slow down, to notice what's just beneath the surface. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't.
Section 2, The World That Doesn't Hold Still, the External World. Chapter 7, When Nothing Feels Fully Solid. So as I said last week, we are starting Section 2 now. Section 1 was about what's going on inside of our bodies, inside of our mind, as we work through not only what's going on with us personally, but also how we digest the world. And so this is how we get into Section 2. There's a question that shows up often in creative work. Not always loud, just beneath the surface. Am I actually good at this, or have I just gotten lucky so far? It's easy to assume that question is personal. It's a reflection of ability, consistency, whether you belong in the work at all. But the thing is, the structure of these industries doesn't always offer a clear answer. Art is subjective when you first start learning about it, working on it, when you're in school. But once you enter the professional creative world, we start to forget that. And it's very easy to take this personally. But in more traditional paths, there are markers, progression, titles, a sense that if you keep going, you will eventually arrive somewhere stable. Creative work doesn't function that way. Things change constantly. Trends shift, opportunities appear, and then they disappear. Entire ways that the working has evolved in a matter of years. Something can work once, and it never will exist in the same way again. I remember this feeling a lot in theater, because Tuesday night, let's say joke number 3 lands, hits, and it feels so good. And then you remember it and study it. So what do? You try to replicate it on Wednesday night. Silence, crickets, nobody cares. Because it is ever evolving. It's alive, it's spontaneous. So this makes it difficult for us to locate ourselves within this system, to know where we stand, because we aren't really on anything that's fully solid. So our mind just goes to try to make sense of it. And then often, at least for me, it can turn inward. Well, maybe I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe I'm not as good as people think or as I think, and maybe it won't last. Those thoughts feel real, really real. And for me, they can be really loud some days. They're not always accurate. Sometimes they're misdirected, because what if this instability isn't just coming from you? What if it's built into the environment itself? So let's reframe. You don't step onto wet grass and wonder if something is wrong with the ground. You know it's going to give a little. You adjust without making it mean anything. Creativity work is the same terrain. The wobble isn't the warning. It's just where you are. An environment where outcomes aren't fixed, where effort doesn't always translate directly, where timing, context, demand shape the results as much as skill does. And in the kind of landscape, confidence doesn't have a stable place to land always. So it's going to just keep moving. It's going to rise, it's going to fall with each project, each opportunity, each moment of visibility, or each moment of quiet. That movement can feel like or be associated with inconsistency, like something internal is off, but it's not always internal, it's structural. And understanding that changes the interpretation. And you can find a little bit of relief in that, hopefully. This feeling is never going to disappear, but it stops meaning the same thing. Instead of proof that something's wrong, it becomes information, a signal that you're working inside something that doesn't hold. It's something that requires adaptability, that asks you to keep adjusting without always knowing what's next. And that is not always comfortable. There is so much vulnerability in that, in not having a clear endpoint. This is something we talked about a lot in Section 1. There is no end. We are arriving daily, one step at a time, walking up the mountain. There's something honest about it, because the work is alive. It's changing. It's responding. It is evolving with the world around it and around us. And if you're participating in it, you are part of that movement too. You are important. You are essential. You are not outside of it. You are inside of it. And that's where the shift happens. From trying to feel certain to learning how to stay engaged without certainty. The question doesn't go away, but it lands differently. It's less like a verdict and more like a condition of being in the work. I don't know if I belong here. Maybe that's not a problem to solve. Maybe that's what it feels like to be inside something that doesn't offer permanent footing. That doesn't make you behind or unqualified or lost. It means you're participating in something that is still moving. And learning how to stand there anyway, that's not instability. That's the work.